Apple is hitting significant headwinds with its iPhone 17 rollout plans. This time, the disruption stems from a mix of geopolitical tensions, logistical challenges, and some surprising developments. The situation escalated when Apple began transitioning a substantial portion of its iPhone 17 assembly operations from China to India. This wasn't just a casual shift. It was largely influenced by steep import duties enforced by the U.S., increasing the overall cost of production in China. In response, Apple pivoted to India, an emerging manufacturing powerhouse for smartphones, and rapidly began redirecting production efforts. However, China wasn't thrilled by this move. In a retaliatory action, Chinese authorities have summoned back several skilled personnel who were deployed to Apple's Indian facilities. These professionals weren't average factory workers. They were essential to setting up and optimizing the production process. Their abrupt exit now threatens to stall the production timeline. Insiders suggest that the iPhone quality will remain intact, but production speed will inevitably decline. This spells trouble for Apple, especially at a time when it's racing against deadlines for the iPhone 17 launch cycle. The company is also grappling with a shortage of RAM components, casting doubt over its plan to equip every iPhone 17 variant with 12 GB of memory. In parallel, Apple is confronting setbacks with its upcoming iPhone 17 Air. Internal reports claim that display panels are failing during durability inspections. But the hurdles don't stop there. Apple CEO Tim Cook is reportedly under immense stress. His ambitious vision for Apple Intelligence, a next-gen upgrade for iOS and Siri, isn't meeting internal expectations. Preliminary testing has delivered disappointing performance, adding further internal strain. On the flip side, Samsung is seizing the moment, unveiling major promotional deals with the next Galaxy Ultra release just around the corner. If you haven't secured your pre-order yet, now's your chance. Use the link in the description to reserve and receive an instant $50 Samsung credit. But that's only the start. You could save up to $1,150 more at final checkout. And here's the jaw-dropper. Your reservation enters you into a contest for a chance to win a $5,000 Samsung credit. That's right, $5,000. Don't miss out. Tap the link below to claim your spot. Now, back to Apple's growing dilemma. Pressure is also mounting from Washington. Former President Donald Trump has allegedly urged Tim Cook to move Apple's hardware assembly entirely to the United States. But analysts argue this move would drastically inflate operational costs, driving iPhone prices sky-high, potentially pricing them out of reach for millions. For now, Apple finds itself in a bind, strained in China, pushed by the U.S., and facing limitations with Indian infrastructure. Making matters even more complex is Apple's plan to introduce 120Hz high refresh rate displays across all iPhone 17 models, a long-awaited feature among fans. While it's a major win for consumers, it ramps up complexity in production. These advanced screens demand tighter manufacturing tolerances, more advanced calibration, and come with steeper cost requirements, all at a time when Apple is already experiencing component supply limitations. By contrast, Samsung, Apple's fiercest rival, is navigating in calmer waters. Samsung relocated its assembly lines from China years ago and diversified its supplier base. As a result, it has avoided the pitfalls now plaguing Apple. Unfortunately, trouble is also brewing in other corners of Apple's ecosystem. The much-anticipated foldable iPad, once rumored for release this year, has reportedly been postponed again. The sticking point: the cost of production remains too high to offer it at a consumer-friendly price. In summary, Apple's roadmap for the iPhone 17 series is facing heavy stress, politically, operationally, and technically. From China's recall of key workers to supply bottlenecks, cracked screen panels, and delays in future product lines, it's shaping up to be one of Apple's most complicated launch years. Whether the company can weather the storm or ends up pushing release dates and raising prices remains to be seen. What's certain is that the global smartphone race is intensifying, and Apple has some serious ground to cover. Subscribe to the channel for more detailed tech updates and industry insights.